are now listening to Lauer Road Radio.
Hey, welcome one and all to the #1 podcast, winter, spring, and fall. Talking sports for the thrill of it all. Hey, talking life, but we're killing it all. Jason and Dan with the master plan. These are dangerous men with the mic in the hand. Bonafide winners everywhere that we go. You're a part of the team.
Lauer Radio.
Dad light, thug light, bright lights in sight. All right. What? Dad light, thug light, bright lights in sight. All right. Yeah. Dad light, thug light, bright lights in sight. All right. Bonafide winners everywhere that we go. You're a part of the team.
Lauer Radio.
Let's get it. What?
Okay. So that will go to 54.
So, anyway, you knew it was going to happen, that one day I was just going to walk out on the street, and, you know, it happened sooner than I thought it was going to happen, that fans are mobbing me, basically.
Yeah.
I feel like the Beatles.
I told you, I've gotten that a couple times recently. Driving down the street, people are honking and waving at me.
Yeah.
I don't know these people.
What's going on?
They're honking because you drive like an idiot, and the wave is just them giving you the middle finger.
Well, that could be too.
And they're honking at Jesse because he's trying to flash them.
I've been trying. By
How
the
do
way,
you try to flash somebody? I mean, you just do
it
it or
takes
don't.
a while
do
to
it.
get my shirt up.
Yeah.
I've been trying really, really
process.
hard to get Gideon to moon someone.
Uh-huh.
He won't do it.
Yeah.
I'm like, when I was 14, I'd moon people all day.
Yeah. Who didn't I moon when I was 14? My hero was Matt
Mosier.
who mooned. He was a friend of our dad's who mooned us while he was driving
A stick shift.
on the highway. Yeah, it was impressive.
It was a-
I was
That's
like,
something.
It was a Volkswagen Rabbit.
I was like-
he's driving by himself, bends over and holds the wheel like this and moons us. It was nice.
he's a heck of a softball player too. Had a natural
yeah.
curve on his ball. I didn't like playing catch with him because I was like,
1,000 miles an hour with a curve. Yeah.
not a fan. So
Jeremy
anyway,
DeLong.
Yeah, it happens. You know. So now I'm gonna have to put on shades and do like the Ben Affleck thing in
hoodie.
public. You know what I mean? Like,
Yeah.
you know. Well, I knew it was gonna happen. I didn't know it was
Yeah.
gonna happen so soon.
You know, people are all over. There's people everywhere.
There's people. You know what? I've always said that.
There's people everywhere.
You know
So
where there's a lot of people, Jason?
Twitter.
There's a lot of people on Twitter.
So I've been tweeting Twitter for 8 hours a day. Did I say that already?
I don't know.
I don't know either.
It's hard to remember what you said, what you didn't say, what I forgot. What
So 8 hours a day I've been on Twitter. I don't know why.
that's more than one ought to be on Twitter.
That's true. But I'm interacting with our fans, whatever we call. What do we call our fans?
Lowerheads.
I don't like that.
Lower Patch Kids.
That's not bad.
That's it. That's it.
The Lauer Patch Kids. That's pretty good, Jesse.
Lower Patch Kids.
Sweet and Lour Chicken.
See, this is
No,
what,
stop with the Lower Patch Kids.
I don't know. Sweet and Lauer Chicken's pretty good.
Do you like the sweet and Lour chickens?
No, I think Lauer Patch Kids as
I
a.
think Lower.
We're going to end up using Sweet and Lauer Chicken somehow.
Come on, write that down.
Jeez.
Lower Patch Kids.
This
That's
is
the
why we
fans of
keep
the
Jesse
show.
around. Once every 10 shows, he says something that's remarkable.
So the Lower Patch Kids.
The Lower Patch
hashtag
Kids.
Lower Patch Kids. Use it.
We gotta get that trending.
We got to get that trending. But we're on Twitter, and we have at least 348 followers.
Yeah.
So, and it's growing every day by one.
Thanks to that blue check mark, baby.
Thanks to that blue check mark. Here's what's funny. So April 1st, Elon kicks off blue check marks unless you're going to pay, right? And the payment is like $7 or $8 a month or something like that. So I'm paying $7 or $8 a month.
Sure.
And there's some benefits to having it. You can post longer videos and tweet different things and schedule stuff out. But $7 a month is not a lot to be able to have that and have the extra abilities. But what's funny is people are trying to diss me. They're like posting pictures like,
Bro, you pay for your
you
check
pay
mark.
for your check mark. And I always post the same one. I I post the gif of Donald Trump going, correct.
Yeah. Uh-huh. Yeah.
Just that.
Yeah,
Yeah, I
yeah.
pay for the check mark.
Sure,
What's
everybody
it to
does.
you?
Anybody that has it pays for
We
it,
all
right?
pay for it.
Yeah.
Who care? And who cares?
Yeah.
Except PBS and NPR refuse to pay for the blue check mark, and they're off the platform.
Good for them.
They don't even want to be.
I like someone who stands
I
by
like
their
giving
principles.
Elon my money.
Yeah. Well, you're giving PBS and NPR your money too, just so you know.
Well, anyway. So, anyways, our Lauer Patch Kids,
Lour Patch Kids. Yep.
Lauer Patch Kids are all over the show. They like it. We'll do some shout outs maybe a different time, but I don't want to forget anybody,
Sure.
you know, because there's at least 8 or 9 that I
Well,
should
shout
mention.
out to Elon.
Shout out to Elon. But I was just talking to Preston before the show. I think we're going to try to create some Twitter Space time. It's like an online chat type
Twitter
of thing.
Space Time.
Yeah, Twitter Space time with the Lauer Patch Kids. So be looking forward to that, where we can interact with everybody.
Are you now Elon Musk on Twitter?
I am Harry
Tell-
Bowles.
No,
You're Harry
no.
Bowles?
You have that website.
Oh, yeah. Okay. So let's talk about that.
Yeah, you texted us that and then never elaborated.
Okay. I'm sorry. So listen, we should probably name the episode Harry Bowles.
Bowles, B-O-L-Z.
That's what I said. Well, and the O has a little thing over the top of it. I don't know what
yeah,
that
yeah.
mark is.
We'll discuss it.
A couple days ago, Elon,
Yeah.
out of the blue, changed his Twitter name to Harry Bowles. Okay? And I thought it was hilarious. And because I'm on Twitter for 8 hours a day, I saw it right away.
Yeah.
Like 42 seconds, I saw it. Right? And so instantly, I started to comment and I said, someone should buy that domain. And then I delete, and I went and bought that domain.
Yeah.
So within
Is that still his profile name?
well, listen, it was a 6-hour ride of wildness, man.
And you tweeted at him to let him know you.
yeah,
had it?
and I did some memes and pictures and stuff like that. But I have harrybowles.com with the little O thing. I don't know what that is.
I think it's called an umlaut.
It's an umlaut
I
on the
think
bowls.
so. I could be wrong.
Umlaut on the bowls.
Uh-huh.
And so that actually forwards to our page now, the Lauer Patch Kids. So, here's the thing. Actually, I was really excited. I started texting everybody,
You
tweeting
were
everybody.
excited. Yeah.
I'm like, Elon is now Harry Bowles, and I own the domain. And I thought Elon was going to come on the show, and it was going to be a whole thing.
He still might.
Yeah, it was 6 hours. Hey, Elon, come on.
Would
what are you
love
doing?
to have you.
Love to have you. In studio. None of this Skype stuff.
I don't
Yeah,
know.
he can just teleport here.
I saw
He's
him
got the
getting.
technology.
I saw him getting interviewed by a BBC guy the other day. And
Oh,
he-
that was fantastic.
Did you see that? And he was like,
Yes.
"You just lied."
Yeah.
Like,
You ripped into him hard.
it was
did.
awesome.
It was
Yeah.
fantastic.
well, I mean, the guy deserves it. He's
Yeah.
literally trying to get him.
Yeah.
It's not like a let's talk and have an interesting conversation interview.
Yeah.
It's a gotcha thing.
It is.
And so if that's what you're going to
The
go
interviewer's
into,
like, so there's a lot of hate speech on Twitter. Elon's like, tell me any, just
yeah,
one.
yeah.
He's like, well, I don't even get on Twitter that much. He's like, well, then how'd you see the hate?
yeah, it was awesome.
It was
He
fantastic.
just wouldn't let. He's like, well, we can move on. He's like, no, I don't want to move on. I want to keep on talking about that. Let's talk about this. We don't need to keep on talking about
Listen.
this. Well,
I'm not going to fall into the trap to think that Elon is a real conservative, but I think Elon's.
I don't know that he's a real human.
Yeah, no,
I think he's part alien for sure. He tells people that. Mm-hmm. So I don't know why we doubt him. I love Elon. I think he's fantastic. He's probably got some socialistic views, but he's
Sure, who
I
doesn't?
love Elon.
Everyone's
He's
a
great.
little socialistic.
Are we?
A little bit.
I don't know if I am.
Not even a little bit?
No,
You don't think there should be any social services whatsoever?
I'm not a libertarian.
Well, there you go. So you're a little socialistic.
I'm a little socialistic. HarryBowles.com.
There it is. There it is.
With the umlaut
Can
over
you-
the bowls.
can you
I think
track
I
how
don't know
many
that
people
that's what it's
have
called.
visited
Can you
the
look it up
website?
and find out what that's called?
Yeah.
Can you track how many people visit the website?
Yeah.
Because how many have you been checking?
I don't know. No, I don't check that.
It'd be
I just check
interesting to see,
Twitter.
since he changed his name. See how many.
But he
people
changed
just
it back.
randomly-
It was only.
It was a 6 hour.
It was like 6 hours,
situation.
and it was a wild 6 hours. I was having
Yeah,
the
I
time
know.
of my life.
Yeah,
man.
I was going on a walk.
Yeah,
I went to the. Did you figure out what it
Yeah,
is?
you're right.
Okay, I'm
Yeah.
right.
the umlaut.
Yeah, Oobla.
So yeah, I was on Monday. Was this?
So, I don't know. A couple
Yeah.
days ago.
So I had Monday off. So I said, so in the great city of Marion,
yeah,
there's a tallgrass trail.
Yeah.
It's 12 and a half miles long, one way.
Yeah,
It
yeah,
used to
yeah.
be a railroad track. And so I told Erica, I said, I want to go on a big walk on Monday. And I said, so whenever I'm done, I'll just call you, come pick me
Oh,
up.
so you're going to do one way?
So I'm just going to see. I don't
Yeah.
want to go. I just want to
Yeah,
see
yeah,
how
yeah.
far I can get.
Yeah.
So I went 12 and a half miles all the way to the very end. And I got all the way. I felt like Forrest Gump running to the ocean when he
Yeah.
just stops, looks at it, and just turns around and starts running the other way.
I guess I'll just keep on running.
So I got to the end. I stood there. I was like, well, I guess I'll turn around. So I just turned around and started walking back the other way.
Yeah.
And when I first got on the trail, first of all, I do a lot of walking.
Yeah, yeah.
Just in life.
Did you have Boomer with you?
No, there's no. Boomer can't even make it a mile. I took him a mile last night, about like 3/4. He was like looking at me like, "What the heck are we doing? What are you trying to prove something?" You know,
I already pooped.
like multiple times. I can't. I got nothing left for you. Take me back home. So anyway, I did not take Boomer. So I get on the trail, and normally I'm walking in our fair city, and I mean, it's I think I'm becoming an older man,
Yeah.
an old grouchy man, because loud mufflers,
Yeah.
motorcycles, loud music, people shouting, dogs barking,
Birds chirping, the sun shining.
Well, I like those things, but all of the other things that I mentioned,
Yeah.
I mean, these guys in their stupid cars with their holes in the mufflers and they're
Yeah,
trying to
yeah.
make the loud. I mean, it is so obnoxious.
Yeah.
And my rage just raises up, you know what I
Yeah.
mean? And so I put in headphones and just play whatever I can as loud as possible, just drown out all that noise.
He's listening to Five Finger Death Punch in his head.
Maybe. I don't know who they
I
are.
don't know what that is either.
So anyway.
Sorry.
Anyway.
I'm more of a Mumford and
I
Sons guy.
get on the. I listened to a little.
I love Mumford. Delta?
and Mumford and Sons. We're talking about
You got the Delta album?
Delta. I have the record, the Delta record. It's pretty good.
It's fantastic.
Woman, dun, 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 woman. Anyway, so I get on the trail and
Did you ever really know?
Could you ever really know? That's a good. That's a good album.
It's a fantastic album.
So anyway,
It's on Spotify. You can
it's
go listen
also
to it now.
on my record player.
Yeah. Did you know I was in the top 1% of Mumford listeners on Spotify
Okay.
last year?
Congratulations. It's a weird flex. So
They sent me an email. I was in the top 1% of all Mumford listeners.
congratulations.
Yeah.
You have no variety in your musical,
Well, there's some variety within the Mumford catalog.
Sure. Anyway, I get on the trail and I got my headphones with me, and I start walking down, and all of a sudden I was like, "Oh, this is nice.
Yeah.
It's quiet.
Yeah.
I hear birds chirping.
Yeah. The sun
You
is
know?
shining.
A little
Chipmunks and
working away at the
Yeah.
walnuts or whatever they're doing." And it was just like, I was like, you know what? I'm just going to enjoy this for a minute before I just put something in my ears. 6 miles, I made it. I was
Yeah.
like 6 miles, and I was just like so happy without mufflers and
Yeah,
loud,
yeah, yeah.
stupid music
Yeah.
and dogs like, I'm so tired of it, Jason.
Yeah, yeah.
I'm so tired of it. So 6 miles down the trail, and then I stop to do some stretching, as you do.
Yeah.
And I find a bench that I'm stretching on, and on the bench there's a plaque, and it said, and I saw the word Preston. I was like, Preston? What? What is this? I only know one Preston in my life. And it said, this bench was made by Eagle Scout nerd Preston Nagel. And I was like, there can't be another Preston Nagel that
Yeah.
was an Eagle Scout
Yeah, I mean-
that I know of.
in Marion.
So it was you, wasn't it?
It was me, yes.
So you made that bench? Did
I
you
made 4 of
place
them.
it there, or did you just make it and someone else did that?
So they aren't in the places that I placed them. So
Someone
that's-
moved them.
Whoa!
They did themselves the park, like whoever's in charge of the
Who
park.
do they
moved
think
them.
they are?
I know, right? Like I made this for you, and you
Yeah.
moved it.
Yeah.
Is
No.
it on a concrete pad?
No,
it's not on a
it's
concrete
no.
pad.
So theoretically, hypothetically, someone could go and take
Yeah.
said bench
Uh-huh.
Yeah, they could.
Good.
and move it somewhere else.
Like the podcast
I mean,
studio.
that's gonna be
Okay. Huh.
a little hard because
Interesting.
they are staked in,
Yeah, I think it's in the ground.
yeah.
Yeah, it's like literally in the
so
ground.
somebody can't.
Well, we can
really
try.
do that
We can
very
try.
But
easily.
theoretically,
Yeah.
someone could pour gasoline.
I
Theoretically.
mean, you could
Soak it
yeah.
in diesel.
I don't want to lug gasoline that far down the trail. So I made it 12 and a half miles, and I started walking back. And so for the first 6 miles, I didn't listen to anything. And then I listened to a couple podcasts. And then on the way back, I had a little Bluetooth speaker, and I listened to music.
Yeah.
And so I'm listening to music, and I'm walking, and it's just like, and I thought to myself after about mile 13, 14.
wonderful world.
No Louis, but I should have. So, and as I'm walking down the trail, I think I'm just going to walk all the way back. I'm going to put in a good 25 miles today. I feel great.
Yeah.
I feel wonderful.
Yeah.
I get to about mile 18, and I think, I'm not feeling so good. Like,
Yeah.
my feet hurt.
Yeah, that's a problem.
My feet are starting
when you're
to hurt.
walking,
Yeah.
that's a problem.
And the whole trail is paved, and I think that's one of the reasons my
Yeah.
feet hurt. And so I called Eric. I was like, you know what? I think I'm going to call it a day. So there was a bench, not Preston's bench, and I sat down on that bench. And she said, "Well, I'll probably end up being there in about 30 minutes." I was like, "That's okay. I'll sit down and I'll read. I had a
Yeah.
book with me, and I'll just, And I was feeling okay, but I was like, I think I should stop.
Yeah.
When I stood up after sitting for 30 minutes, I wasn't sure that I could make it the 50 yards that I needed to get to Erica. She was like, as I'm walking up to the car, she's like, "What is wrong with you?" It was bad. It was really bad. So, it really set in there and caused some major problems. But, I felt better the next day, and I've been walking still.
And that's how come the podcast is still not posted from last week.
Yes, because I was walking literally all day. And then when I got home, I was in major pain, and I was just nursing my wounds. So that's what happened on Monday to me.
Okay.
Do you want to do the Netflix suggestion of the week? I don't know if Harrison still remembers how to do that.
Do you want to hit that? Okay.
Do you remember how to do He's like, I just stopped recording.
Wait, what's going on?
Netflix, watch these shows with us. Netflix, or maybe Hulu Plus. Netflix, watch these shows with us. Netflix, or maybe Hulu Plus. Or maybe Amazon Prime or something like that, like YouTube. We don't want to put a box around what you watch, so you never know.
Jason, what is your Netflix suggestion of the week?
We have Hulu again.
Good for you.
So we had the package.
I told you were going to get it again. You're like, I don't know if I'll ever get Hulu again. I'm like, Jason, you'll get it again.
I know. Well, we got it. We bought the package. We bought the Hulu Disney ESPN package.
That's quite a package.
It's like $12 a month.
Mm-hmm.
So we bought it. And so
good story.
it's like, but we've had it for 6 months, except I've been locked out of Hulu for 6 months. I could access ESPN and Disney. I just could not access Hulu.
And
so 6 months ago, I don't know if I thought I told the story on
you
the
didn't
air.
have the motivation to make it happen.
No, listen, I called Hulu. I spent 2 hours on the phone
feel
with
like we talked about
with an
this.
Indian lady, and I was so angry.
Yeah.
I said, cancel my subscription. I hung up, which is not as satisfying not being able to slam a phone down.
Love to slam a phone.
Slamming a phone was fantastic, but I said, cancel my subscription. I hung up. I knew they weren't going to cancel. So 2 days ago, Teddy's like, do we have Hulu? I said, yeah, we pay for it. He's like, but I can't turn it on. I'm like, yeah. He's like, can we turn it on? So
Can we though?
I called Hulu. I spent like 10 minutes with just a normal dude, not an Indian guy. Just, like
That's not racist.
just a guy.
Sure.
You know? I think he was a black guy.
Yeah, how could you know?
I could tell.
Okay.
Very nice. Got me hooked up within 10 minutes. So now I'm watching Hulu. I've got a whole new catalog of stuff to watch. And Teddy and I have been watching Teen Titans Go nonstop for 3 days now. I love Teen Titans Go. I think, honestly, it's the best cartoon that exists.
Ever?
What? Yeah.
That's a
Listen,
That's a
I know
bold claim.
I know we've talked about this, but Teen Titans Go is fantastic.
And you've
love
seen the Teenage Mutant Ninja Turtles, but you're still saying that.
it. Well, it's on the Mount Rushmore Turtles, the original, not none of that remake stuff.
No, the world's most fearsome fighting
Yeah,
team.
yeah.
Leonardo leads, Donatello makes machines. Raphael is cool, but he's rude. Michelangelo, he's a party dude.
Teen Titans Go, Hulu.
They're both definitely on the Mount Rushmore of teenage-themed cartoons.
Without a doubt.
Teenage Mutant Ninja Turtles, Teen Titans.
Teenage.
Sabrina the Teenage Witch.
That's what I was
Was
trying
that
to
a
say.
cartoon?
They made it
Yeah.
a cartoon.
Okay.
Yeah.
And
We got
one
one
more
more teenager. Are we going to Saved by the Bell?
That's not a cartoon.
I mean, Scooby Doo. Those are aren't they
Are
teenagers?
they teenagers?
Yeah, they're teenagers.
Young adults.
Maybe.
Yikes.
Okay.
That's
That's pretty good.
the best impression you've ever done.
It's pretty good. He wasn't even trying to do an impression.
No,
He just thought
clear
of
clearing his
something
throat.
that made him happy. he just remembered that Twinkies exist. All right. Well, my Netflix suggestion of the week can be found on Amazon Prime. It's a new show on Amazon Prime.
Does everybody in America have Amazon Prime?
I think so.
Yeah.
If you don't, what's going on?
you peasant.
Well, here's the thing. I understand not having the other paid subscriptions. But Amazon Prime is more than just the video service.
It's music. It's free
Well,
delivery.
Amazon
It's
Music's
the free
all
delivery.
everything.
That's the big
It's the
thing.
free delivery.
It's the free delivery.
Yeah.
If you order stuff on Amazon, it's going to pay for itself in a month.
Yeah.
If you order as much stuff as I do. Anyway, it's found on Amazon Prime, and it's called Redefined.
Okay.
It's about J.R. Smith,
Oh.
The basketball player?
the basketball player.
Yeah, LeBron James produced it.
Yeah, LeBron James produced it. So
I'm out.
there is some. I'm not going to lie.
watching it.
I'm not going to lie.
I'm not going to watch it.
So do you know what J.R. Smith is doing right now with his life?
Golfing.
He's golfing.
Yeah.
He went to
North Carolina?
North Carolina. It's
Yeah.
It's North Carolina AT&T.
Something like that.
AT&T.
A&M.
A&M.
It's even more impressive. He's on their co-ed softball team.
North Carolina A&M.
Yeah.
Because he wanted to go to college
Yeah.
to learn stuff. Because he went straight to the NBA out of high school.
Yeah.
So he never went to college. He said he wanted to go to North Carolina to the Tar Heels, but then when he found out he could go straight to the NBA, and he said that was like his greatest
Yeah.
regret.
Well, listen, I would if Gideon could do that, or Harrison, or any of my kids. I'm sorry, Harrison. You're not gonna. Let's be honest.
We
the NBA is not in your.
we love you, but
You're not dunking a
you're
basketball.
Not gonna be in it.
Gideon might dunk a basketball someday.
He might.
He's black, and so if Gideon had a chance to go directly,
Do you want to pre-apologize? Is that okay? Are you going to get in trouble for that one too?
he is black. I apologize to Harrison because he's not.
Okay. All right.
So here's the thing. Gideon's black. He has the greatest possibility.
if you took a random sampling of 100 black guys and 100 white guys, I'm guessing
a larger percentage of the black guys will be able to dunk.
is that racist?
No.
It's true though, right?
Listen, if you go to the Olympics and you watch the long jump or the 100-yard dash or any of these things,
Yeah.
100-yard dash,
They're not
do they do that in
Aryan. Much to Hitler's chagrin, they're not Aryans.
No, they're not. So anyways, if Gideon had the opportunity to go directly to the NBA, I would say do not go to college.
Take it.
Take the money.
You can go to college later.
Yes.
Well-
which is what J.R. Smith is doing.
Well, but now they have the NIL deals for these college
that's-
players, so now it's
yeah.
the whole thing's changed.
It's different. It's different.
You take the biggest paycheck.
No,
Wherever it is.
Because you could break your leg tomorrow and
Yes.
then be done.
Yes.
What's hilarious to me is that these NIL deals for a couple of these college girls basketball players,
Yeah.
they're making more money than some of the highest paid WNBA players
That's
fantastic.
right now. I
It is
love
great.
it.
It's
I
great.
love it.
And people are like, well, if you did break your leg, and then what are you going to have to fall back on if you don't have a college education? I don't know, like your $10 million signing bonus, maybe that.
Yeah.
like just put it away.
Save
Be
it.
halfway smart
Like,
with your
who's
money.
the Kirk Cousins? Like, still drives like a 1987 like Ford Aerostar.
Yeah.
like he drives like an old minivan. Like he never really spent
Love Kirk Cousins.
a lot of his money.
Big fan.
Not a great quarterback.
It doesn't matter.
he ended up going and playing in Canada, didn't he?
Better than you
No.
are.
He is.
Yeah.
Yeah.
I was a pretty good quarterback back in my day at recess.
With a little Nerf football.
Yeah.
Anyway,
Wait,
Brandon Levings and I didn't even have to talk. I could just make eye contact
Yeah.
with him, and he knew the route that he was supposed to run. It was, and then, So, me and Brandon dominated. So anyway, J.R. Smith, he decides to go to college, and I'm not gonna lie, there's a certain amount of wokeness in it because he's going to I'm learning this term, a HC. Wait a minute.
Junior college.
It's a historically black college university, HBCU. So there's this term called historically black college
Like
or university.
Grambling.
Like Grambling.
Yeah. Jackson
I think
State, maybe?
Jackson State, that
Yeah.
and North Carolina A&M is one of those.
Yeah.
They don't only accept black people, but at the time of segregation, they were only black people because the black people weren't allowed to go to the other colleges. And then the colleges have now continued to exist. They're predominantly black, but there's Asians and Mexicans and white people and all sorts of people. So
like any other college.
yes, except predominantly black.
Okay.
In a way that maybe other colleges are not. So and the golf team,
So do they, to be a black woke college, you have to accept white people?
well, they do accept white people. There's a couple white people.
I'm sure they have a swimming team.
This is the episode
Well,
back.
I
I mean-
debated on that one for 30 seconds.
Wow.
And I was like, you
I'm
know what?
surprised it took
I'm
so
just
long.
going to do it.
Well, they take everybody, but there is a certain amount of preachiness about it.
Yeah,
to me.
yeah.
You know what I mean? It's like it's fine. I mean, it's good to be proud of it.
Yeah.
Like like the roots. You decided no, just because you say we can't go to school doesn't mean we're not going to start our own school. I mean, I love it.
Do your own
I'm
thing,
all
whatever,
for it.
man. Yeah.
But it feels a bit like, I don't know,
Yeah,
whatever.
yeah.
Like I'm supposed to, anyway.
Whatever.
So, but J.R. Smith decides, so he's been golfing since he was like in the NBA. He said Rashard Lewis invited him to a golf tournament and he was goofing around. And he said it was, who was it? It was like, I don't know, some older NBA player like Terry Porter or somebody like that was like, hey,
I don't know any of these names.
why don't you stop messing around and, you think you don't want you hit a ball. And he said, first time I ever picked up a club, he said, he gave me a driver. He said, I hit it 300 yards down the fairway. I was like, this is easy. And he's like, do it again. And then he said, I couldn't.
Yeah,
and
it drove him crazy.
And ever since then, he's been obsessed with golf.
Yeah.
And so, there's a difference between a competitive golfer and you're good out, what's the word I'm looking for? Just a leisurely, just going amateur. Well, not even amateur, because amateurs can compete. Just a guy that likes to go on the weekends,
Yeah.
And you can be that guy and like good, and everybody be like, man, JR is a really good golfer. But you get into a competitive realm, and all of a sudden it's different. And so now he is a freshman at North Carolina A&M, and he joins the golf team, which of course they're going to let him join the golf team. I don't care how bad he is.
Yeah.
It's press for
It's
your
publicity,
university.
yeah.
He took all of the golf team to California to the TaylorMade headquarters, and he got the whole golf
Custom
team
everything.
custom fitted with
Yeah.
clubs. And it's like, yes, we're going to like use all of
Yeah,
this.
yeah,
Absolutely. So the way that college golf works is that when your school enters a tournament, 2 of your guys can play in that tournament, but then your other guys have to qualify for it, right? And you want to be one of the top 4 or something like that.
Okay.
So he's not one of the top 2. He's a freshman, and he's not the best guy
Yeah.
on the team. And so his first time, he's going, to basically try out
Yeah.
for this team
Yeah.
to see if he's going to make the tournament. And he gets cut.
Yeah.
I mean, and he was like, and he's just sitting there. He's like, my whole life. He goes, baseball, basketball, football, I was always the best.
Yeah.
He's like, I dominated everything. I could hit home runs. I could score touchdowns. He goes, I've literally never been cut for anything.
Yeah.
I'm the worst person on this team.
Wow.
And it was like, and he was like, he's like, I almost cried and called my mom. Like, he's
Yeah.
like, I didn't know what to do. I have
Yeah.
no
Yeah.
way to like, kind of like, no box
How do you
for that.
process this?
It's
Yeah.
like, wait a minute. I'm just not the best. What? How does that
I've
work?
always been the best.
Yeah, exactly.
Yeah.
So it's I just wish they would focus more on the golf,
Yeah.
and less on like his whatever college experience. I don't give a crap about that.
Yeah.
They made a big deal about how he got a 4.0, but they're also giving him his own instructor that basically like reads all of his homework to him, and they're like, oh, you
So
got
he's
a 4.
still dumb.
Well, I mean, he says he has learning disabilities.
Yeah, well, they all do.
Which that he might. I don't know. He might, but I don't know that it didn't seem like a legitimate 4.0 to me. But maybe it was. I'm glad he's there doing it. What I'm saying, Jason,
Yeah.
is that the golf aspect of the story is fascinating to me. That
Yeah,
this like top level athlete cannot hang with these 20-year-old guys.
I love it.
These
that's
are
great,
guys
yeah.
that are playing for North Carolina A&M. I mean, they're not the best.
Yeah.
Right? This is not like, it was actually interesting because one of the guys playing for North Carolina A&M is, he's Mexican. And he said his dad taught him to play golf, and he said it was everything they could do just to get him to college. North Carolina A&M was the only one that was like willing to pay for it all, so that was the one he had to go to.
Yeah.
And he goes, I'd never even been. I didn't know what North Carolina was.
Yeah.
He's
Yeah.
like, I just signed the paper and I just showed up one day. And when they go to TaylorMade, they got a guy that's like not only fitting them for the clubs, but he's like giving them pointers and stuff. And he's like, that guy swung. He's like, your swing speed is like Dustin Johnson, Rory McIlroy.
Yeah.
He's like, this is like
Legit.
He's like, and so it's cool to think about this guy because J.R. Smith went there, got him an opportunity to maybe be a tour pro. Maybe he can move his family over.
Yeah.
It's kind of cool.
Yeah.
So that whole aspect, and I love golf, and that whole aspect is very interesting to me. So if you can look past some of the wokeness, it's not totally in your face the whole time. It's an interesting story. J.R. Smith is a knucklehead. I mean, he's a crazy person, but, It's fun to watch.
Knucklehead.
He's a knucklehead. He got a knucklehead. That Kim Jong-il, man, he's a knucklehead. He's about to blow up the world.
Sleep in his tiny bed. So, what would you think an average selection of people would be in a local Marion bingo?
I actually know the answer to this because right next door, the local Marion bingo used to
Have
be.
you been inside?
No, I've not been inside, but I see them walk out. I walk past Boomer.
So last Sunday I worked one.
More, there's there's a trilogy of things that I that in a bingo in a Marion, Ohio bingo hall. You're gonna find these three things together in one human being.
Yeah.
More often.
Okay, and what are these three things?
Smoking,
Correct.
oxygen tank,
Correct.
and some sort of scooter.
Yeah.
Yeah,
It's the trifecta.
I'm like, maybe you go out to smoking.
Yeah.
It might fix the oxygen tank and the scooter situation.
Yeah.
You might find that it's, so like while they have an oxygen tank, they're sitting there with it, and then they. I'm like,
Yeah.
can we not? Come on, guys. Come on. I know you can.
Someone
do this.
should invent.
If you can find a bingo on your thing, you can put these two things together.
Yeah.
You can do this.
Someone should invent like a oxygen mask that has infused tobacco smoke in it.
at least
so it's like a
nicotine.
2-for-1. Mm-hmm. Yeah. Well, I guess. Yeah. So, anyways, I worked a bingo. I got a call last Sunday.
B7. Were you that guy?
No, I was not that guy. Apparently, there's a thing. I don't know any of this. This is all brand new to me. There's something called pull tabs. Do you guys know what pull tabs are?
I've heard of them.
Do you guys know? So, like, this is not our world, but this is their world, and it's a little.
And they love it.
They love it. It's a little cardboard, like a business card, and you pull strips off of it, and underneath these strips it says, $1, $5, $10. Like they can win money, and each one of these cards is $1.
Okay.
They're buying 20 and 40 cards. They're in $40 stacks.
Yes.
They're buying $40 stacks at a time. And so I had a bucket of these. I'm just walking around the room.
That's what you're doing. You're selling.
I'm just selling
tabs.
these pull tabs the entire for like 4 hours.
And people are just dropping coin.
Thousands of dollars worth of pull tabs.
Yeah, which is why when people talk to me about how people in Marion don't have money, I'm like,
Yeah.
do they though?
Yeah.
Do they?
No, they do the bingo.
Yeah.
Thousands of dollars.
And you go into all one of their trailers, and they got bigger, nicer TVs than any of us have.
Yeah. Yeah. There's a couple issues there. Now, here's the other thing.
Sorry.
Yeah, we.
I know. Well, the other thing is, so can we talk about food stamps? Do you mind if I touch on this?
Does it bother you, Jesse?
Not really.
Okay, so here's the thing.
I want food stamps.
There was a time in my life we had food stamps.
I got a guy.
Okay? No, that's illegal. Highly illegal. There was a time in our life we were down on our luck.
Sure.
And we had access to food stamps. We currently make just above that amount to where we don't qualify for these food stamps anymore. We make more than whatever that line is. But here's the thing. We don't have any food. Right? Because to go through Walmart right now, it's to get a cart of groceries, it's $300.
It's a carton of eggs is like $10.
It's outrageous, and we're just getting the bare minimum. But here's the thing:
I'm just waiting for those quail eggs to come in.
You
I know, man.
follow.
Like 8 weeks.
Listen, and I know I'm being judgmental here, but I'm doing it because I was this guy too.
Sure.
But you follow these guys with the food stamps; their cart is overflowing.
Yeah, they have an incredible.
like $1,000 a month worth of food stamps.
Yeah, I know.
It's crazy.
There was like a year-long period. My kids remember; they can talk to you about it. Where like 5-6 nights a week, we ate rice and beans.
Yeah.
like because like
you don't have the money.
Could have gotten food stamps at
Yeah.
the time, but I just didn't want to go down that trail.
Well, I
So,
do think I will say this: it should be a hand up, not a handout. It's meant to get you through a tough period of time.
So everyone should watch Cinderella Man.
I don't know. I've never seen
It's
it.
a movie with Russell Crowe. He's a boxer.
Yeah.
And there's a time, because it's during the Depression,
Yeah.
and so he's down on his luck, and he goes, like, when he hits rock bottom, his kids get taken from him.
Yeah.
His, like, sister-in-law is like, I'm taking the kids. It's not safe here. They don't, whatever.
Was it 1920s?
30s.
Okay, because that's how you're talking. See, I'm gonna take these kids.
Hey, see, I'm going to take these kids, see? So anyway, he
Put
goes,
them on the Pony Express.
he goes to the public assistance,
Yeah.
and they give him money, and he's just, You know, and you could tell it's hard on him.
Yeah, yeah.
And later in the movie, when everything turns around, he goes back to that same window with a thing full of cash. He goes, "This is what I took," and they're like, "That's not how it works. You don't pay it back." He's like, "I pay it back."
Yeah.
You know.
Well, no, we all pay it with our taxes.
Exactly. But I'm just saying that attitude doesn't exist.
Right.
It's a problem.
Well, the idea should be like driven into these people. Once again, I was one of these people. It's meant to get you through a rough patch while you make improvements.
The problem is poverty is a mentality.
It is a mentality. They live off of this stuff.
Yeah.
It's just very frustrating.
And the problem is also that it doesn't run out. Like the government just like
it's
there's never
automatic.
there's never a point where the government's like, all right, we've given out all the food stamps.
Well,
It's
that's
just
what
like
should
it's
happen.
Infinite.
Yeah, no, it's
We made
frustrating.
this much more money this year than we did like last year.
Yeah.
Like, I mean, it was more than we made last year, but it wasn't like anything like, oh, double the pay. We're
Right,
like in
right,
this,
right.
you know, we're making $100,000 a year or something.
Right.
You know what I mean? It's nothing like that. I mean, we made a little bit more money this year than we did last year. And as a result of which,
Yeah.
our tax bill is like incredible.
Yeah.
Like thousands of dollars.
Yeah.
Is what we have to now pay extra to the government because there's our tax guy was like, yeah, you got bumped up into the next bracket, you know? And I'm like,
Could you not have done something about it?
it would have been better because Erica got paid a little bit this year. It would have been better if she hadn't gotten paid.
Yeah.
Like it would have turned out better.
You got worse off by getting paid more.
Yes.
Yeah.
It is so frustrating.
I know.
It sounds like you need a new tax guy.
Well, the problem is-
I know a guy.
You
Yeah,
got
I
a
know.
guy. I know.
Well, here's the thing. So, like, we're probably at that same bubble because
Yeah.
Shelby is working a college degree job at this point, right? And we're above that line. But, you know, with 5 kids and stuff, I mean,
Yeah.
things are expensive.
It's crazy.
It is
the whole
crazy.
thing. It's very frustrating
It is very frustrating.
to see, you know, people that
Well,
that
to
can
see the people
work.
drop the pull tabs, thousands of dollars worth
Yeah.
of these pull tabs, they're walking through Walmart with
Well,
the
they
cart
can't.
full
They
of groceries.
have that expendable
extra
income
money.
because they get all their food for free.
That's right.
And you know they're probably squatting wherever they live.
Once again, I'm not hating on people down on their luck.
Sometimes people are down. I've been down on my luck.
Yeah.
It's one of the worst places to be down. I'd rather be down on my fortune. I don't know.
Can we be
And
up
that
on
too.
our luck?
You can be up on your
Oh
luck.
yeah, people are very up on their luck.
Then
So
you-
the other thing is the Marion Bingo. I don't want to shame anybody, but these people are
Let's shame them.
these people are a little bit older. Most of them are overweight, so there's a natural body odor that exists with these people.
Sure.
Probably
Been
not
there.
the cleanly. You know, they don't shower often. At least 3 people in that room had pooped their pants. That's not an exaggeration.
Sure.
And I knew where they were. I avoided those people. The room smells like poop, BO, and menthol cigarettes. It's awful. It,
So it sounds like where Jesse hangs out every week.
Listen,
It was
them pull
awful.
tabs.
and the pull tabs, yeah.
Pull tabs.
Did you buy any pull tabs?
A dozen. No, I couldn't.
I'm just gonna get a
I
quick
couldn't do it.
What? But you might have been tempted if it was like in a different environment. But you're seeing all these people do it. You're like,
yeah.
oh god.
I actually don't think I ever would. I don't even think I'd play bingo. These
You played the lottery.
like 3 times a year.
Okay.
Like I don't, and like once a year I'll buy Shelby some scratch offs, like for her birthday or something.
Sure.
You know, but I mean,
Because she just likes it when you throw money away for her birthday. You're
pretty
like,
much.
Let's have less money for your birthday.
Yeah.
That's
Well,
what
instead of
my
going-
day was.
Instead of going out to dinner, I can get you $5 of scratch offs.
Yeah.
And we may or may
That'll
not
be
win.
30 seconds of fun.
Yeah. We won $1 off that 5, so
Yeah.
you know we're plus.
Let it
1.
ride. Let it ride. That's what I say. All right. So you went to play bingo.
Marion Bingo.
All right. Well, to end the show, we were talking beforehand about Destiny's birthday.
I'm sorry. I don't know. Did I mention the Twitter Spaces? I don't know if I got on that. We're going to start doing that. At least Preston and I, and then if you guys want to hop on, you don't know what it is. Don't worry about it. I'll invite you when it comes time to it. But
I didn't
if
know
anybody,
how to access my Twitter,
I know.
have to do it on it.
okay, if anybody is interested, just contact me on whatever platform, and we'll get connected on that.
Yeah.
So
I set up my Twitter on a Dell and desktop, and I
what
can
was
only
the one
access
with
it.
the Cal Gateway? Remember Gateway computers?
Gateway? Oh man, if
Yeah.
you got one of those cow boxes in, you were
Come
like
on.
psyched.
Yeah,
I forgot about that.
Gateway computers.
Anyway.
Do you remember Gateway?
Nope.
That was before your time.
Yeah, it was. It was a box that was had like cow print on it, and they sold computers.
It
And
was a big deal.
And they would come to your house, and if you got a cow box
You know you're burning CDs with that gateway.
He's definitely burning CDs. It's a DV plus R situation. Anyway, I don't know.
And there was a plus and a minus.
I
And
know
you had to figure.
that, but you had to know which one you had, And then one day, like 5 years after I'd ever burned one before, I like was in like a, I don't know, Best Buy, and I was like, I don't know if I need DV plus. And the guy's like, it doesn't matter anymore.
Yeah, but it doesn't matter. It doesn't matter.
Because I remember. Yeah, I know you remember that, but it's not that way anymore. Anyway,
I don't know if it's plus or minus.
So Preston, for Destiny's birthday, you're gonna go. When are you gonna go see Adam Sandler?
The 19th.
On the 19th of whatever month we're in, we're gonna go see Adam Sandler's stand-up / music / whatever else he does.
/ him just standing there. Yeah.
I'm newspaper face. I've got newspaper as a face.
So I love Adam.
Shampoo is good. Conditioner is better.
Love Adam Sandler.
Yeah.
And so,
I love the old Adam Sandler.
Yes.
I don't know any new stuff.
I watched he's got, what's the new Murder Mystery?
Yeah.
The second one.
On Netflix. We watched it the other day. It was actually pretty funny.
Pretty solid. Yeah.
Murder Mystery 1 was funny too. I remember watching it.
I haven't
It
seen
was
it.
funny. But those are pretty good.
I like Adam Sandler.
He is printing money.
Yeah.
Like he has, he knows exactly what he's doing.
Yeah.
He has the same guys in every movie.
Yeah.
And he just, he is filthy rich.
Yeah.
Yeah. It's pretty
All you
great.
have to do is just stand next to an attractive woman, and he's like, this is my movie.
Yeah.
Mainly Jennifer Aniston.
Mainly, yeah.
She's like 55.
Yeah, well,
yeah, you know.
still does it for me.
For every Lauer Patch Kids, there's one of those.
Yeah.
You know what I mean? So it's like you
welcome.
got to
He's
take.
like,
There's
yeah.
there's a
take the
pumpkin
bed.
dip.
So we're gonna
For every
do. So we're gonna do real quick the Mount Rushmore of Adam Sandler movies.
Yeah.
Happy Gilmore and Billy Madison.
That's, yeah.
That's your Washington and your Lincoln.
Yeah.
So now we got to fill out the rest of them, and this is a tough one.
The Longest Yard.
It was, no, it's not
Anger
iconic.
Management.
I like Anger Management, but I don't think that's it. I think Waterboy is iconic. I don't care for it
Okay.
as much, but I think it's iconic.
Okay, we'll
Yeah.
put Waterboy on there.
Yeah.
Then we got one more. There are a million. Adam
No, he's
Sandler
got a
movies.
lot.
Grown Ups.
Grown Ups
I mean,
is pretty iconic
and
because people
it's
like
a
it.
series. It's
I
like
don't
2 or
like
3
Grown
of them.
Ups, but other
It's
people
fine.
do.
You don't mess with the Zohan.
Hotel Transylvania.
Yeah.
No?
That's our alarm in the mornings is some stupid thing from Hotel Transylvania.
That's kind of a big one.
Okay, let's make it that.
All right, Hotel Transylvania.
Yeah.
Big Daddy?
Oh,
yeah,
Big Daddy.
Daddy.
That-
Yeah,
that is
Big
right
Daddy.
there.
It's Big Daddy. That's it. So Happy Gilmore, Billy Madison, Waterboy, and Big Daddy.
That's it.
Okay. Yeah, that's it.
Yeah. And that's the most iconic for sure.
Definitely.
Yeah.
All right. That's it. This is Dan signing off for Jason, reminding you to always keep your stick on the ice and never wear the blue sweats.
Good dog.
I have spoken.
9-9?
Flower Patch Kids.
No, we're not getting. No, I don't think so. Do you think so?
I like it.
We're gonna add that.
Can I
no,
just
no, I
change
just think-
my? Can I just change my sign off?
I would be okay with that because I hate 99.
I do too. They went woke.
Just say no.
They went woke. I start.